MAGA is cancer. Why do you think that?
I mean, just like the way they cling on to just the total lies and just the cancerousness of the worst instincts and tactics and things that he does and says and the people around him do and say, like the open cheerleading for violence and stuff like that.
So is he in reference to Donald Trump? Is that who you mean when you say he?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Okay, and wait, you said something about MAGA being more violent or have more violent tendencies. Is that what you said?
I didn't say that. I said like the way they cheerlead for a lot of like violence that occurs as one example. But
okay, can you give me an example of that violence they cheer for?
like the extrajudicial bombings of boats in international waters with absolutely zero evidence pointing to what these supposed people in the boats are doing. I mean, their claim that it's fentanyl coming from Venezuela. The amount of fentanyl that comes into the United States from Venezuela is zero. So that just obviously can't possibly be what it is. And they don't have any evidence and they don't have authorization to do it. And they openly said after they carried out the first strike that the day after it happened, they said, we're going to look for a legal justification for it.
We're going to look for a legal justification for it.
Yeah.
So real quick to clarify, whenever a president, plans on, say, like for the boats, for example, that
acts of war have to be authorized by Congress.
Yeah.
Now they haven't been ever since the war in Iraq. I mean, there have probably been instances before that, but it became a really popular thing starting back then.
Well, no, I mean, like, legally it has to be. So there's no, like, official declaration of any type of, like, conflict. Just to, like, throw that out there. We're not officially at war with anyone.
Yeah, I believe at the current moment, yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, whenever we're taking an extra precaution, I don't know if I can say that, the Schmittenol epidemic is it's a pretty serious thing, right? So if you have a boat coming in that you think might be carrying that, and you give all warnings to, hey, if I think that's what you're doing, and you go do it anyway.
Do you think that people that sell fentanyl in the United States should be executed?
Who sell it?
Yeah.
They should face some type of legal consequence.
Should they be executed?
I just gave you an answer.
No, you didn't. Should they be executed?
They should face some type of legal consequence. Well, I mean,
such as?
Did they sell it to children?
Such as?
I mean, incarceration is usually what you do.
So you don't support killing people that sell fentanyl, so then you must be against bombing boats that are allegedly carrying fentanyl.
Well, because
that's double bad. First of all, there's no due process. Second of all, you wouldn't support it even if it was the due process.
Well, one, there's something super big that you're missing out on, and that's that.
Oh man, I doubt
one
that.
is an American citizen and one isn't.
So it's okay. So your official view on things is that people that aren't citizens of the country I belong to can be killed by people from my country for
now you're
what reasons do you see fit? Any reason?
No, that just told you not to inflate what I said.
I didn't inflate what you said.
Yeah, I said there's a big difference between the two. So one, you have these people coming in, right? And they were told beforehand, hey, it's pretty suspicious y'all coming here, so don't come here like that. On these boats, unauthorized
This is
boats,
just such cute, and by cute I mean pathetic copium. Why is it not okay, according to you, to kill United States citizens if they're selling fentanyl, for the state to execute them for selling fentanyl?
Do you agree or disagree that they were unauthorized boats?
Deflection number one. Why is it that you think that it's not okay to kill United States citizens even if they are selling fentanyl?
Wait, well, so I asked
because you're right about this. You are right that or at least I agree. Maybe we're both wrong, but we agree on this thing. I don't think it's right to kill them either. So why is it that you think it's not okay to kill United States citizens if they're selling
So when you
fentanyl?
brought that up, I asked you if they were selling.
Deflection number 2. Why do you think that it's not okay
I'm
to kill
answering your
United
question.
States citizens that are selling fentanyl?
So I said it would depend on if they were selling to children or not.
You actually think that people should be given the death penalty if they sell a drug to children?
Do you know what would happen if a child got their hands on Schmidtnall, dude?
What would happen if an adult got their hands on it?
They would probably die or unalive.
Okay. Like, if you think children's lives matter more than adult lives, that's kind of based, I guess, but
it's that
also kind of
children
weird.
can't make the same coherent decisions as adults
Right.
can.
You know how expensive fentanyl is?
Why are you deflecting?
I'm not deflecting. I promise this goes directly to the question. Fentanyl's really expensive. Kids don't buy it. Okay, this is just completely stupid. So, anyways, these people, these people coming from Venezuela, I promise you, their clientele is not children. This is just unbelievably stupid. So, why do you think
for that? You're just saying it's stupid because I say it's stupid? That's not really an argument.
It's stupid because children don't buy fentanyl is the answer. So, in the United States, if somebody is, you cannot possibly think that cartels are bringing fentanyl to the United States for the express intent of selling it to children. You'd have to be a monumental moron for that to be your illegal drug enterprise. My clientele is children who don't work. Except MAGA is trying to put children back in the factories nowadays. So who knows?
To you and was like, "Hey, I have the Schmidtnall."
I don't care at all. So we both agree that a person in the United States selling fentanyl to adults should not be killed by the state. We agree on this, okay?
What?
We both agree that somebody selling fentanyl to an adult in the United States should not be killed by the state, right? We agree.
It depends on if someone was unalived because of it, because that would be murder. So
that's interesting, but that would be extremely difficult. Yeah, that would be extremely difficult to prove in court. But apart from edge cases. Yes, because most people that take a drug laced with fentanyl don't die, so it's by definition an edge case.
Okay,
anyway, I'm literally trying to find an area of agreement. I don't know why you're being so toxic. So we both agree that in general, if somebody is caught selling fentanyl in the United States, let's say that they haven't ever even sold any to anybody, like they're trying to, and they get caught, they get arrested. They're 127% guilty. The state shouldn't kill them. We agree on this?
Yeah, as long as no one's been alive because of it. Well, because they haven't taken the life of anyone else. If someone wants to make the decision to do something that's harmful to them, well, then, I mean, you can't really do anything about that.
Okay,
you can try, you can say,
but you also don't think that somebody should be executed if they sell a drug and it has microscopic levels of fentanyl and we can prove that nobody that ever bought drugs from them overdosed. You don't think that they should be killed either, right?
As long as what they're selling has not taken the life of anyone else.
Okay. So the people in that boat, the alleged fentanyl that they're carrying, they haven't sold it to anybody, so it hasn't killed anybody. So you support killing them still?
Oh, that's you presupposing they haven't sold it. Where did they come from?
Even if it's been bought, the fentanyl was never given to anybody. So the fentanyl, which there isn't any in those boats, but whatever, we'll just pretend. Even if I grant you every single condition you want, they haven't killed anybody. So why do you support killing them? Earlier you said it's because they're not United States citizens. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Well, yeah, so I'll address more on that since you didn't want to hear what I was saying. So I said it's different when you have someone coming in to the country, because we can't just take them for a prisoner, for example, right? Like Venezuela might be like, hey, you have my people. And we're like, hey, well, your people were doing something bad, so we're going to hold them. Venezuela's like, no, you're not going to hold our people. And then that might drag us into a bigger conflict.
So you think if a United States citizen goes to any country in the world, they should be free to commit any kind of crime and not be arrested because, the United States might say, hey, give us our guy back. That's the logic you're giving me.
That's the logic I'm giving you? What are you yapping about, dude? I just told you why because you asked me to explain what the difference is and what the relevance to the difference was.
Yeah, so apply it consistently.
Apply. We're talking about a specific case. What do you mean? What else do you want me to apply it to? Like
If what you
you're just giving me a yap
jeez,
salad. It's just a yap salad at this point, dude.
that
Like I've explained it clearly to you. If you take
chat,
the
it
life of
has to
someone
be
else, then you
trolling,
don't
right?
deserve to like. Yeah, it's trolling because you're not smart enough to understand.
I promise you I understand.
So you understand that if you take the life of someone else, then then you basically
Whose
forfeit
life
your
was
right to life.
taken by those Venezuelans? Nobody's?
By what they're bringing in. You don't think people have died?
Nobody was killed by any of the drugs that they allegedly were carrying
Maybe
because
not
the
those
drugs never
specific
entered the
people.
country.
Maybe not those specific people, but what they're bringing in.
Okay.
It leads to the death of
Is
American
a
citizens.
suspicion of potentially,
Oh my
possibly a
God.
loss of life, does that warrant taking lives?
Should every country put their country first?
Deflection number 3. Does the
Okay.
possibility of maybe perhaps being linked to lives being taken?
No, there has to be some type
Just-
of reasonable evidence.
Okay. Do you think that they had reasonable evidence?
The fact that they were unauthorized boats and that they weren't responding to any type of warning.
What was in the boats?
Dude, I don't know. I just said they were unauthorized boats.
Yeah, you don't know. So I don't think that it's just for anybody to go around doing extra. I don't know if this is what you call an extrajudicial killing or whatever. I don't think it's right for any state to have the authority to just kill people without any kind of due process and without any kind of real evidence. That's what I think. In addition to autographed copies of both my books and, of course, Spanky, I'm excited to announce that I now have stickers, tumblers, apparel, and more on my store. Take Spanky, the God-defeating penguin, and can you put that into a logical syllogism, with you wherever you go now. Very soon, I will also have Spanky Bibles and some more stuff coming out. So if you want to check that out, it's in the description. Thank you.
Well, so I can give you a grant on the boat cases. I think we should have explored a little more, but that doesn't mean MAGA's cancer overall. Like that still doesn't prove anything.
Sure, that one singular example wouldn't really prove anything.
Yeah, I know it doesn't. Do you have another one?
Sure, I mean,
Like that can be applied on a more general scale.
on a more general scale, okay,
Yeah, like that one's specific to one case.
I'm not
Like, so,
really
like, a series of
100%
riots or
sure
something.
exactly what you're asking for, but so like the fact that they don't care that he's constantly violating the Constitution and is just overtly corrupt. I mean, if you're going to say that that's a singular thing and then therefore it doesn't count, then I don't really know. But
Well, I mean, you just kind of like agreed it was a singular thing and that wouldn't apply overall. Like that's
so
what
if Donald Trump like murdered just one baby, that would be a singular thing too, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do you actually like Donald Trump, or are you just arguing for argument's sake?
I think Donald Trump is the best choice for American safety. I might not like him as a person.
So you agree that if he killed and ate a baby, then that would be condemnable?
And now he ate it?
Yeah, sure. If he killed and ate a baby, that would be condemnable, right?
Well, yeah, dude.
Okay. Can you give me an example of something else that he could do that would be condemnable in your eyes?
That would be condemnable. Yeah. Like with the Epstein files and stuff like that, not releasing them can be condemnable, I guess. Because there's a
Okay,
lot.
well, he's definitely blocking the release of those, yeah.
Well, over 75% has been released, but yeah, I mean, like
I don't think no. The lawyers
by
representing
Cash
the
Patel.
victims don't agree on that.
That's confirmed by Cash Patel. Over 75% has been
That's
released.
the absolute last person you should trust on that. I would think would be other
You
than
can
Donald
look
Trump
it
would
up
be Cash
yourself.
Patel.
Right? Have you even looked it up?
I have listened to what the lawyers of the victims are saying, and no, I do not think that 75%. The last time they tried this rhetoric, they said, we released 99% of the Epstein files. No, what Congress authorized was the release of 99% of the already public records that were just, for some reason, they were public, but you had to like search, you had to do like FOIA requests or something to actually read them. So Congress authorized a dump of those, but those were just public documents. It didn't answer any questions or address any of the victims' actual concerns.
Yeah, well, it's different in this case though, because Cash Patel confirmed that he is in the files. So I mean, obviously, it is different.
he has both basically like confirmed and denied that he's in the Epstein files.
Okay, well, you can't confirm and deny it at the same time. That kind of doesn't make sense.
No, he absolutely can, because this is the game that they play. When he was testifying in front of Congress, he basically elucidated. They asked him something to the effect of how many times Donald Trump appears in the Epstein files, and he says, "I have no idea," which is like a convenient way of trying to deny it. So then, I think it might have been Tim Kaine that was questioning him. I don't remember, but he said, "Oh, so his name could be in there 5,000 times." No, it's not in there 5,000. Oh, so you do know how many times his name is in there? I have no idea. So it could be 200. No. So it's less than 100, and then he said, so he's always caught in these contradictions because they always have to lie for daddy like that. But
what is important though is the confirmation that he is in the files. Like, does the amount of times that he's mentioned in the files really like matter if it's confirmed he's in there?
I would say that the more times it looks worse, the more times he's in there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Why would that be the case?
Because the odds of being implicated in something bad go up the more times you're mentioned.
Yeah, based off who? Like based
off of basic common sense.
So if I say it's basic common sense that's not the case, if someone mentions it one time, it's more likely to be true because there's less contradictions that can be upheld. Is that true because it's common sense?
No, because that isn't common sense. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so if there's multiple stories being told or a name being cited by multiple different people, it's more likely that there's contradictions about the knowledge that those people hold versus one person telling you, hey, this happened, this is what happened, and they give you like a rundown detail about how
I'm not entertaining this dipshit argument of if he's in the files once, that's worse than if he's in the files more than once.
That's not what I said.
I'm not entertaining this idea. So what do you want to talk about next?
I said, are you like not tracking? I said that it's confirmed he's in the files, so be satisfied with that. The rest of it is getting released.
That has whatever. What?
So what else do I think would be morally incorrect for him to do?
Oh yeah, like when he raped that woman.
Are you talking about Eugene Carroll?
Yeah.
I can also give you a grant and say if that's true, then yeah, it's pretty bad.
Okay. Impeachable
but
bad?
That doesn't take away from the fact. Do what?
Impeachable bad?
Well, that's what I was just going to say. Is that doesn't take away from the fact he's still the best option we have in terms of the safety of American citizens. And
right. So if you right. So you think the Democrats are so bad or Donald Trump is so good that even if he was a rapist, I would still vote for him. Is there anything he could do? I guess what I was trying to I don't know why it's still talking. I was trying to say something.
That is all you Demis do. You little Demis. Y'all sit here and put words in our mouth. And then you argue from feelings. You don't argue.
You said I still think he's the best man for the job. So the way you feel about this is, yes, even if he did rape that woman, I would still vote for him over Kamala Harris or Joe Biden or whatever. Like, whatever, that's fine. So is there anything he could do, or like what would be the things that he could do that you think would actually make it so you couldn't vote for him, or you think that he should be removed from office?
Are you going to quit yapping while I answer your question?
I'm literally not talking at all.
Okay, good. So putting this into like an active declaration of war with another power like Russia or China or something like that. His whole thing is peace through strength. So if that's violated,
why did bombing Iran not count?
So I mean, I just like clarified another superpower. Iraq and Iran, they're not superpowers. There's no real active threat there.
Iran has a huge army, and we have hundreds of thousands of people stationed at bases in the Middle East.
They got cooked in one night. We went in with a preemptive strike and took out their entire nuclear capability.
No, we destroyed literally none of it. They can't confirm that any of it.
Stop with your conspiracy theory shit.
This is not a conspiracy. Literally, I think it was Pete Hegseth. It might not have been him, but they asked them point blank, do you have any evidence that you destroyed any of their nuclear fuel? And they said no.
Yeah, you're just like straight up lying at that point.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, pull it up.
I am.
Pull up the interview. Yeah, do it, buddy.
So
Yeah.
you know that I said they're
Yeah,
fuel
and what?
sources, right? Not the
I
site
said,
where
bro,
they were doing the
I brought up
enrichment.
nuclear. I brought up nuclear, dude. Like I verbatim said nuclear.
Why are you saying these words? Are you talking about nuclear Are you backtracking to the nuclear superpower thing again?
Bro, I said nuclear, dude. Yo, you are so silly, bro. I said nuclear.
I know,
said
I'm a
they
kind
should
of a
have their
goofy guy.
nuclear capability. Well, no, I mean I can tell your haircut's kind of off, but what I'm trying to say is that they went in one night, took over their nuclear capability, like completely dismantled it. I literally said nuclear, by the way, like for word, and it prevented a war. So preventing a war is different.
Didn't prevent a war. What are you talking about? There was literally we were in peace negotiations with Iran, and then Israel started striking them, and so that completely blew up any like what are you actually talking about? Are you one of these people that thinks that Iran was on their way to developing a nuclear bomb and we stopped it?
Well, if
Yes,
by
you are one of
people
those
you mean-
idiots. Okay. Well, that's absolutely not the
You are
case.
slow.
They've been saying that exact same thing since the 1980s. And again, we were in peace negotiations with them, and then the negotiations got obliterated by this act. So this act, and then Iran did all the retaliatory strikes, which were they didn't really do too much. I think it was mostly just like a propagandist show of strength. But it absolutely had the potential to put our armed service members that are overseas in a huge amount of danger because they could have done retaliatory strikes on any of the bases with hundreds of thousands of troops stationed at them.
Yeah.
So the idea
go ahead
that
and
this
answer my
strike
question.
was some sort of
Yeah, just
peace
answer
through
my
strength
question.
sort of demonstration or whatever is just completely stupid.
Well, it's not because we're not in a war right now, are we?
Nor were we about to, but we're clearly more close to one now than ever. Do you know why? Do you know what happened to Libya after they gave up their nukes?
What happened to Libya?
After they gave up their nukes?
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why are you asking me that?
Jesus Christ.
Is it
So
relevant to anything else?
after they gave up their nukes, now they didn't have any assurances against the powers that be, which unfortunately is kind of us at the moment. And the regime was
Unfortunately,
toppled,
that's
and they're a
crazy.
complete failed state now. They have open slave markets in that country now. So why on earth would a country not want to pursue nuclear weapons when they see that that's the kind of interventionist activity that is taken against them once they give up their card or whatever?
Yeah. So just for clarification, the people who are screaming, death to America and death to Israel, those are the people you want to have a nuclear bomb. But you don't want your own country to have a nuclear bomb. So
I
you're
don't
okay
think
with,
anybody should have them, but we do have them. So
but
you're
least
not
of all,
answering the
people
question, by the
screaming,
way.
like death to our country, right?
What?
But least of all, the people who are screaming death to our country, right? Like open chance by the government.
I actually think that it could be better for world peace if Iran has nuclear bombs, because then we'll have no choice but to leave them alone for once.
What?
What?
You are so silly, bro. The people who
That's
are screaming
cute.
they want the death of
Why
our
don't we?
entire
Why
country.
don't we ever bomb China?
China's a superpower.
Exactly. You literally just made my point for me. So what do you want to talk about next?
Well, I didn't make your point. They're
No, yeah, you
also
did.
not they're not terrorists either. But what do you mean my other point? My
That
point is that
China engages in more cyber terror against the United States than possibly any other country. The only ones that would be up there in the running with them
Yeah,
would be
buddy,
Russia and
okay.
Israel. And I'm not
Like,
I'm not
seriously.
sure. I don't know for sure, but they are absolutely one of our absolute top, especially cyber terrorist groups. So
okay, yeah.
congratulations, you're an idiot. Again.
Sure, buddy. Yeah, sure, buddy. And nice evidence there. Nice evidence.
You get
there,
this.
bud,
You have a nice tell. Like when you get really insecure and uncomfortable, you do this vocal fry.
look, you Dems are so like uneducated. It's crazy.
That's interesting. I have a master's degree. What grade did you drop out in?
No, you definitely don't.
I have a master's degree. What grade did you drop
out
in?
Dems are more likely to condone violence than conservatives.
That's interesting. I had a debate yesterday. I'm not going to rehash it. I had this debate yesterday.
I didn't ask you to rehash it. I was just
it's 2 to the political violence, right versus left in this country is 2-1 conservatives versus Democrats, or right versus left. So like you guys commit literally twice as much. So nice try.
So was that like a joke? Because that's just like blatantly untrue.
Okay, cite me the study.
Yeah, put me up on big screen, buddy. Just quit flapping your gums. Put me on the big screen. Just read that. Open your face and read it.
Most Americans say it's unacceptable to be happy about public figures' death. Wow, an opinion poll? So you think that an opinion poll is the same thing as data about actual physical violence?
Yeah, I have
Chat,
that too.
It thinks an opinion poll is the same thing as actual physical violence. I have a study on actual physical violence. Do you want to see it? Chat, I don't think it wants to see it. Exciting news, I will be at DebateCon in Nashville this November. If you're in the area, click the link in the description to get your tickets. There will be meet and greets, VIP events, I'll have copies of both my books, I'll try to bring some Spankies with me, and you get to see what I do in person. Once again, link to the event with schedule, tickets, venue, all that information is in the description, so please check that out. And I'll see you soon.
Hey, Goofy, I just said you can show yours if you want to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I literally just said that. Like, what? It's just statistically true that, the left is more violent. And I don't want to see that source counting white supremacists as conservatives. I don't want to see that.
You think that Democrats are white supremacists?
What?
Do you think that a white supremacist is more likely to vote Democrat or Republican?
Dude, they're unaffiliated. I don't want to see some...
So white supremacists have zero political affiliation? That's interesting.
Literally never said that, dude. I said I don't want to see that poll that counts white supremacists as conservatives.
Why do you think that white supremacists have no political affiliation?
I didn't say they can't, bro. But like overall, saying
okay,
that
so you're now you're backtracking because you know that they do tend to be conservative leaning. Okay,
no,
that's interesting.
There's no proof of that. Shut your mouth. There's no proof.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, pull up your source. You said you had it, but you lied. So I don't see any source.
I had it yesterday. I'm scrolling through the...
let me guess. You can't find it now, buddy?
No, I've got it.
Yeah,
I just have to scroll through. I have like a whole bunch of things in here.
What they all say.
They? What do you mean? What do you mean, you people?
I mean that I didn't say you people. I said they. But the Democrats. You know what I mean?
It's Democrats. Get it right. So that did take me forever. You're right. But here is... This is like the PubMed link to it, but then the actual...
Can you zoom out?
Zoom out? No,
yeah,
it's like it's the only... It's not cutting off any of the actual words. It's just the edge of the
Well, no, it
letters.
Quite literally is cutting out half the paragraph down there.
No, it literally isn't. The word there, although, political, between, research, or you can read all of the words.
All right, let's read it together.
Well, I had this thing do a analysis of it or whatever.
Dude, I just want to read it. If you quit yapping.
Let's see here. What is known? Oh, that's the conflict of interest piece.
You don't even know what you're looking for.
Give me the overall conclusion. Oh, that's the actual study there. PNAS. Sounds like penis. Right. That's funny.
Chat, let's fact check that.
There we go.
All right, yeah. Violent acts associated with left-wing causes tend to be less likely to be violent. Less deadly. As those associated with right-wing or Islamic. I don't know why we're conjoining those two. In the U.S.,
it says or. They're not conjoined. Or means one in exclusion with the other, not in conjunction with the other.
You stop yapping.
Chat, it doesn't English.
difference between right wing and Islamic terrorists in terms of how violent their actions tend to be. On the global scale, Islamic extremists stand out as significantly more likely than right wing extremists to carry out deadlier attacks, which is obvious. All right, scroll. Uh, I can't see what that says. While ideology alone does not determine. Again, I can't see what that says because it's cut off. The study provides evidence that extremists ups of different ideological leanings differ in their terms of violence, with Islamists and right wing extremists generally engaging in more lethal violence compared to left wing extremists. Go ahead and scroll.
That's the end. Oh shit! What the fuck? That's the end of it there. But then it goes into
So no proof at all.
No, it's literally a study going over like thousands of different cases. So,
Yeah, and the study I showed you goes over different cases too.
the study you showed me was an opinion poll, so we're not doing any of that. So why do you like Donald Trump?
I told you why.
Yeah, Trump do good. What do you specifically mean by that?
Well, I mean, one, like when it comes to inflation, for example,
Inflation is up.
Yeah, I would love to like finish my sentence. By the way, be nice. But it seems to be the case that under Donald Trump, inflation always remains steady, right? So there's no surge like under Biden. During his first 2 years, inflation jumped up horribly.
He came in the middle of the pandemic, and yes, it went up, but then it dramatically went down after they passed the Inflation Reduction Act.
It was still higher.
Yes, post global pandemic, yes.
Well, no, throughout the entirety of it, like throughout the entirety of his presidency, inflation was higher compared to Donald Trump's first term. And also,
yes, because there wasn't a global pandemic during Donald Trump's first term.
Well, no, you're just a little liar, right?
There was a global pandemic during Donald Trump's first term.
COVID started in 2019, you little liar. Okay, 2019, buddy. All right, and then 2020 is when it started getting super, super bad.
Yeah, and the election happened at the end of 2020.
Oh my God, yeah, buddy. Point is, Trump was still in office by then.
Yeah, so trends that are going up, the trend go up. Donald Trump loses the election, which he lies about, which maybe you believe him on that. I don't know.
Care about what he lied about. Put it on the screen. Put it on big screen.
Do you think that he won the 2020 election?
No, put this on the big screen.
Okay, so you said no. So anyways, trend go up, then Donald Trump is removed from office. Trend continue going up. That's just incredibly simple.
Go up under Biden. Twin no go up under Trump. Like, what yapping, dude? Put me on the big screen. Let me show you.
No.
Because bro. You can see it.
I actually can't see anything.
Do you think COVID was worse in 2021 or 2020?
What do you mean by COVID? The infections related to the disease or inflation?
So Trump 2.1%, 2.4, 1.8, 1.2. Biden 4.7. Horrible. Absolutely disgusting.
Trend go up. Trend continue going up.
Well, trend clearly didn't go up when Trump was in office.
Yeah, because the pandemic started at the very tail end of his last few months in
it started in 2019. Yeah. You little liar. You're a little liar.
The United States didn't go into lockdowns until March.
Okay, I don't care about lockdowns. That doesn't mean COVID wasn't here before the lockdowns,
so you don't.
buddy.
Your point.
Let's use common sense. COVID was here. It didn't get obliterated. COVID was here before the lockdowns. Why do you think we went into the lockdowns, you idiot? Like, what are you yapping about?
COVID was here before the lockdown. Yeah, globally it existed before the lockdown.
Yeah,
but
the US.
The lockdowns are what caused the what do you want to call it? Like market destabilization that leads to things like inflation. At first, there was this isn't really making the point you think it does, because at first, I can't believe they actually did this, and people were stupid enough to go along with this, but they were arguing like, gas prices are at such incredible lows under Donald Trump. Yeah, because the supply and demand had absolutely crashed because nobody was driving anywhere. That was a huge reason. In fact, if you look at the graph of if we look at this, Can you give me a specific policy that Donald Trump enacted that made, if we see there in 2020, can you give me a specific policy that Trump enacted that made inflation do that right there?
At 4.9%. Customer price index from our customers.
Can you give me a specific policy that Donald Trump enacted that created this incredible drop in 2020 there? Weirdly, that drop seems to coincide with when those when the shutdowns and stuff like that started happening in this country. So can you give me a policy that Trump enacted that goes along with that?
Well, one, I don't know like what month it is, but inflation is typically going to have like ups
okay,
and downs.
you're literally just making stuff up on the spot. So yeah, actually the shutdowns and the pandemic caused a huge dip in the inflation, and
no one said it didn't, you idiot.
And then for reasons that I'm not really super qualified to talk about, then inflation skyrocketed then all of a sudden the supply and demand became, wait, we're like running out of almost everything and a whole bunch of other problems.
Okay, so basically what you just did there is gave me a yap salad about nothing. Basically, Joe Biden was still worse economically than Trump. Right now, we're still sitting at 2.9%. You can fact check that. Fact check it now.
I don't have to I can take your word for it. I don't care.
Okay. Yeah. And we're under Trump's tax policy, right?
Is credit card debt still at an all-time high?
Nice pivot.
Are there more 70-year-olds buying homes than 35-year-olds?
Nice pivot.
Is anything about the way AI is going to sweep through and take people's jobs away being done? Or did they literally specifically make it illegal to regulate AI? This is where you say pivot.
Wait,
This is where you say pivot. Your line is pivot.
I'm trying to clarify.
You beautiful slow boy. Your line is pivot.
I know I'm beautiful, but listen, Demi.
You beautiful slow boy. Your line here is pivot. You don't have the talent.
Demi.
You don't have the talent to do impromptu. Just say your lines. This is where you say pivot. Pivot.
Demi,
okay.
why do you support genocide?
Is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau still a thing, or did they get rid of that?
Why do you support genocide?
They got rid of that. I don't support genocide. I am against what's happening in Gaza, unlike Donald Trump, who is pro-genocide.
Do you support abortion?
You think that abortion is genocide? That's cute.
Do you support it?
Are you aware that farmers are absolutely losing their asses, and he's probably going to have to bail them out like he did last time?
The farmers are losing what?
Their asses. Their asses fell off.
Because of Donald Trump?
Yes. Because of his tariff policies. Our biggest grain buyers aren't buying any.
Well, they are buying.
They
grain.
literally are not.
Who isn't?
Mostly China. I think Japan. Well, no, not Japan. We tried to make Japan buy some of our rice, and they're like, "Why the fuck would we buy American rice?" I think they capitulated a little bit on that, but some of our biggest grain buyers aren't buying anymore.
Bro, we're not.
If you're not aware that farmers are facing bankruptcy, then you just don't know this particular thing. That's okay. So, all this stuff about you saying like the economy is so good. No, credit card debt is still at an all-time high. There are more 70-year-olds buying homes than 35-year-olds. They're doing nothing about the disruption of AI in the job place. In fact, they're literally handing him gold bars and personal gifts in exchange for him doing nothing about any of that. And he gutted the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and his tariff policies are wreaking a havoc on farmers and the middle class.
You're fucking.
What do you want to talk about next?
All because of Trump. You're trying to say that's all because of Trump, even though it was the same case under Biden with the credit card debt, by the way. But yeah, so back to like abortion. Why do you support
and
that?
He's not doing anything about it. I agree that he's just as bad as Biden.
Well, no, Biden's pretty bad. Trump's first term was pretty good. I mean, we're only
how many people did Biden rape?
Hey, do you think I'm Biden's best friend? Like, I keep track of all his
You could just say zero.
I could just say what?
Zero.
Why would I say zero?
Because that's almost certainly the correct answer.
Almost certainly according to you, because you're a demi and you support other demis?
That's
not taking
interesting.
your word
I
for it.
support a pretty small number of them.
You're not a demi?
I don't know what that means. I support a pretty small number of them.
You're a dim.
Oh, okay.
But again, answer my question. Why do you support genocide?
I don't. I'm against genocide.
So then you don't support abortion, right?
Give the definition of genocide.
Yeah, the mass unaliving or ethnic cleansing of a specific race, group, or culture.
Okay, so you think that women having abortions are doing it to ethnically cleanse a specific group of people on the planet?
Do you accept that definition or not?
That was, I think, probably pretty close. So you think that women are carrying out abortions in order to change the ethnic demographics of where they live?
Ethnic or group of people or a culture. So the group of people
what culture do the unborn have?
Also, I just said it's the group of people aspect in there. So I gave you 3 different examples. So
they're the same people.
Yeah, that's kind of the point, idiot. Like what are you talking about,
buddy? If like I don't know, pick a country.
Russia.
Okay, if every single person in Russia lined up, and they lined up one in front of the other, and then on one side of that line they had pistols and they shot and killed every single person on the other side of that line, that would not be a genocide.
Okay, why wouldn't it be?
Because you can't ethnically cleanse your own ethnicity. You can cause a lot of people within your own ethnicity to die, but it's not just this really proved to me that you have like a single digit IQ, and this has been going on for like 45 minutes, so we're not doing any more of this, just so you know.
You're like retarded, dude. Just calm down. I said 3 things. A group of people.
Yeah, and you will say no more things.